Hello there, Libra. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast for the week of June the 3rd through the 9th. I have already cleared the deck for your spread. I'm just putting the final shuffle on before I put the cards down. While I'm doing that, let me remind you that this is a general a general reading, meaning that the things that I see here may not apply to every single Libra who watches this video. So you may want to get further insight by watching your rising or your moon sign, or if you have some pressing decisions that you're trying to make, you may want to consider a private reading with me so I can look at your particular energies. The best way to do that is just contact me, and we can usually get you taken care of pretty quickly. You can find my contact information on my website, which is www.amista.info. Devanina, hello. Are you a Libra? Willie Dog's mama. Hi. Yep, we're not up to Pisces or Aquarius yet for you, Willie Dog's mama. That'll be later. You can still stick around if you want, especially if you have a question that you want answered after. For your son's a Libra. Gotcha. Hello there, Diane Lennon, Sunshine Taylor. Hi. You're cross-watching. Okay, I can handle that. You have a Libra Venus. Ooh, this is going to be a love reading for you then. All right, well, let's see what comes up for you, Libras, for the week of the 3rd through the 9th. We are going to talk first about your environment, and your environment is any place where you have energy or effort invested. Usually it shows up as home, sometimes it's work or school, etc., etc. What I'm seeing, Libras, for your environment, I feel like you're feeling very independent and like you've kind of got this I've got this feeling about you for your environment. So whether this is home and you've got a project that you're handling and you're taking care of, or whether this is work and you've got everything under control, maybe somebody's going on vacation and you're like, hey, no worries, I've got this. You're feeling very confident. You're definitely well able to handle whatever this is that you're trying to do, whether it's at home, school, work, wherever this may be. You've got this. That's what I have coming up for your environment. You're a Libra rising. Okay, Avneet. Hello. I know you're a Libra. Glad you all are here. Now, you guys keep in mind, I will answer one question if you want after this reading, but you have to type it in before I get done going through the whole spread, and then I'll choose after I get done with the spread and see who it is that I should answer. Okay, so let's look at subconscious leanings for Libra. You are, your subconscious is working on the ideas of partnership. And I'm hearing ideal partnership. What does ideal partnership look like to you? You know, for some of you, this is going to have to do with work. For others of you, this is going to have to do with personal type partnerships, romantic partnerships, friendships. You know, what's acceptable as a friend? What's acceptable as a lover? What is not? What are the deal breakers in those areas? And if you're looking at, you know, a new employment or a different employment, you know, what is it that you're looking for? What are goals? What are things that you want to find in that new employment? So that's what your subconscious is turning over, is really ideas about partnership, what's acceptable, what's not, what is it that you really want? Jenny Tucarella, you're cross-watching because you're in love with the Libra. Gotcha. Next thing that we're looking at is communication style and learning style for the week. So let's look at learning first. I think you're doing a lot of reflecting to find the things that you want to know right now. You're thinking back, you're looking at things that have happened, you're reflecting on some of the things that have happened in the past, and even some of the things that are happening right now. You're just taking some time to really turn those over in your mind and look at them from all the angles to come up with the information that you're actually looking for. Now, as far as communication style, I feel like your communication may be a little bit fragmented this week. You may be sending parts of the message that you want and not getting out the whole complete message that you want to in some cases where you're talking with other people. I feel like for some of you, this is because you're not entirely completely sure what you want to say. So you're just saying what you know and letting other people sort of fill in the blanks there. The next thing that I'm looking at talks to me about work. So we're going to look at how you're making a living first, and then we'll look at character work. Thank you for the thumbs up there, guys. I do appreciate it so much. So when we're looking at work, I feel like a lot of you Libras are at a well-established place of business, whether it's yours or whether it's somebody else's. And I feel like you guys are, the word comes to me as recruiting. Now, for some of you, this is going to be recruiting for new employees. For others of you, this is going to be recruiting for new clients. But there's something to do with you want to bring more people into the fold one way or the other, Libras. And that's the big focus this week, definitely. Bum, bum, bum. You may even be traveling to do some of this recruiting. Now, as far as inner work, what do we have going on here? I feel like your inner work is really to discern that between the information that's coming to you, like what is it that you really feel like you can trust? What information can you trust, and what information do you feel like maybe has some holes in it or might not be quite as solid as some of the other information? So inner work is paying attention to what you can trust and what you can't. That may have to do with your own intuition. I am getting a little bit of that sense, but I think this also has to do with really trying to shake some naivete. I can read that word. Saying that word's a whole nother uh, proposition. But, trying to shake a little bit of that naiveness about looking at people and judging what they say, trying to really judge more realistically whether the information you're getting is actually accurate and truthful, or whether it's kind of a little bit out there, maybe based on them triggering, or just flat out not truthful. So that's going to be inner work. La da 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 da. Next thing that we have coming up talks to me about that part of you that is being grown or expanded during this week, Libra. Hmm. Libras, I think that you're going to be, I think you're going to be interacting with somebody who is not in the best place emotionally. They may have the blues or they may be full on depressed. And you're really expanding in ways to cope with that without you falling right down into the blues or depression with them. So, how do you handle that situation as where you're growing and expanding during this week, Libra? The next things that we have coming up, talk to me about those things that you stand for. Okay, so Libra, there was some kind of expense that came up that you weren't really planning, but you took it on anyway. And I think somebody may be kind of questioning your judgment or your decision making processes there. And so you're having to stand up for it. You're having to say, well, it came out of the blue, but it had to be taken care of. I don't know what to tell you. So, yes, Evnita, I know it is. It's way cool. Next thing that we have coming up talks to me about how other people perceive you. Other people, as they're looking at you, are seeing you as getting over some kind of heartache or some kind of sadness or some kind of grief, that you are in recovery mode and starting to feel better. Now, as we go through the week, there is a pivotal energy that sort of changes or adjusts all the other energy around it. And so that pivotal energy for this week for you guys, Libra, talks about communication really slowing down between you and somebody else. For some of you, this could be at work, that communication is coming in more slowly now, that things are being taken more seriously. Maybe they're being looked at harder, but communication is definitely slowing down. So for some of you, that's going to be in your personal lives. And for others of you, this is going to be at work. I wouldn't be too surprised if we've got quite a few that's about personal, though. Let's see. So as we've got communication slowing down, we do have information coming in still, and that information is really important. So when it does come in, there's going to be things that you're going to hear and see that you are going to be highly, highly aware of. Excuse me. I also have a major shakeup coming in here with this slowdown of communication, that when this information does come in, this is something that is going to be taking you really by surprise. And it is going to be shaking things down to the ground in a certain area where you were feeling secure. Um, with this type of thing, this doesn't happen unless the foundation of this thing that was making you feel secure was not a solid foundation to start with. Otherwise, it would not be able to be shaken down to the ground. And so with this being shaken down to the ground, what's going on next is that you are, recovering from that. You're finding out that what you can do to replace that sense of security is actually much better than what you had before. And that is really re-echoed in the last card that you have for the week, which does talk about victory, and not only the type of victory where you're achieving something for yourself, you're also achieving something that benefits other people around you as well. I really don't see this shakeup as being a very big, devastating thing, especially because you're bouncing right back with that victory. So, whatever this is, I wouldn't put a lot of weight or emphasis on it. Just know that by the end of the week, you're going to be doing just fine no matter what comes your way. Okay? So, that's what I've got for you, Libras. Well, the next time around. Peace out.